Hey guys, welcome back to the OHA. I got a follow-up video for you here for the hobby vlog for Hotlead 2017. This is the Goblin Town board build, and as you can see, I have the basic sculpting and cutting of the forms done. I've started sculpting some of the actual rock face on the styrene. Very simple setup, guys. Obviously the foam doesn't do it justice. We're going to go ahead and when we get some paint on this, you're really going to see it start coming to life. But the three tools you see here, the flathead screwdriver, the X-Acto knife, and the serrated bread knife. Don't use your wife's bread knife. Go buy some somewhere. Dollar store, loads of places you can get them dirt cheap. Don't use your wife's. Made that mistake. We'll never make it again. Moving right along, now that we've got some sculpting done, we're going to go through and do all of the pieces in a similar fashion. The idea behind the striations and the grooves that are cut is I was sort of going with tectonic plate shifting, ice melting, dragging, that sort of linear line where it was cutting in over time, something obviously very heavy. Some of the spots still need to be cleaned up, a little bit of variation added, but that's the general effect. At the end of the video, I'll get some stills of different angles and different pieces that have been sculpted, but this is where the board stands now. What we're going to have here is we're going to have a long pier going across. I can give you just a basic idea. It's obviously going to be custom built to fit the board, but basically what we're going to have is something along those lines, multiple tiered all the way across at varying levels, just to adapt it for some really dynamic gameplay. So I'm looking forward to getting that. The platforms are all going to be custom built to the board. They're not going to be detachable or removable. I looked at maybe magnetizing them, but with the variation in height, different legs, they're not going to be functionable for any other board other than this board. So for the ease of transport, storage, etc., I'm just going to leave it all one piece. So it's all going to be molded directly in, hand built. I'm experimenting with a couple ideas as to whether to paint the boardwalks or stain them. I will definitely get a video up to show you guys that process, see which one looks better. I'm leaning towards the painting, but I want to experiment with the stain just to see if it's a quick and easy way to do it, and see what kind of look it provides in comparison to painting the boardwalks. So again, very simple process, easy to do. As far as undercoating the entire board, we're going to be using this product from Michael's here in Canada, Color Tool Spray Flat Black. This is a foam safe paint. You can spray foam, any sort of styrofoam brand it says. I've used it on the pink, the blue, the white, you name it, I've used it on it. It works quite well. If you concentrate a large pool of it, it will cause some melting. But if you do an even coat and do a number of even coats for your coverage, you're never going to have a problem. It's not going to eat the foam at all. It works fantastic. So once again, you can find this at Michael's Design Master brand, Flat Black. All you got to do is look on the back. It's going to tell you this brand is specific at Michael's. You can't mix it up. There's a gloss as well as a flat, and they're all styrofoam safe, as long as you don't buy the Krylon or anything like that. So if you stick with the Design Master, you're good to go. So that's going to be a really quick and easy base coat. We're going to go with the solid black. After the black, I'm going to go in and lay in the grays, the tans, the burnt umbers with the airbrush to give some variation, almost veins of color throughout the board. And then of course the base will be black. However, around sort of the outcroppings, it'll be faded into a gray, just to give the appearance of depth, so that it's just it looks like a deep chasm. So I'm excited to get going on that, guys. I'm going to get the rest of the sculpting done. I'll have another video up for you shortly on that. But very simple process. The tools, I mean, other than being time consuming, it's a very simple process. The only other thing I would recommend is what I don't have on camera is I have a shop vac, and as I am sculpting and forming and cutting, I have a shop vac right beside me that is going all the time just to pull in all the little pieces of foam. Makes cleanup easy, keeps your work area clean, And, you know, it's a whole lot better than trying to broom up little chunks of styrofoam. So anybody in the hobby knows that's a pain in the butt. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'll get some still shots at the end so you can see what kind of progress we're making. But really excited to present this at Hotlead. Hope to see you guys all there, and we'll catch up with you soon.